You're back at the Oyster Stores, and it's our last session at this venue. You ended last year with recognition as the Best Female Performer Award from the Americana UK readers of the website. That must be satisfying to know that your music resonates with an audience.
You know what? I don't accept compliments very well, so I don't ever believe it. But I guess I need to learn to accept it. But it kind of is just mind-blowing to me.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I feel a little bit like an imposter. And then I'm going to be found out at some point.
Well, so venues like the Oyster Stores has always been a hushed audience. People come because they want to listen to music. Is that something of a luxury as a singer-songwriter? How does it compare with audiences back home when you play?
You know, unless you play a actual listening room or house concerts back home, most of the time people like to talk. Mm-hmm. And so it's a little bit different. I don't mind that. I love when people are having a good time. But when you play over here, I found that people really listen. I mean, it's kind of scary whenever all eyes are on you and everyone's quiet and you can hear a pin drop. But, I mean, it is sweet to know that people are listening to your music, and I don't know. So it does make you feel good. They're very, very receptive and make you feel right at home, for sure. Yeah.
Well, you're here tonight, and you'll be joined on the stage with Johnny Sangster. How long have you been playing together? Because Johnny was involved with your last album, wasn't he?
That's right. He produced my last record. So we've been talking about making another album. So I just had this idea, wouldn't it be nice to see if he could come do this tour with me? Mm-hmm. And so he agreed to do it, and I was thrilled.
Are some of the songs for this forthcoming album being road tested on this tour now?
We're working on some. I will play 2 of them tonight, but I mean I've got some other ones that aren't quite finished that I'm still working on, the lyrics and stuff.
And going back, was yours a musical family growing up?
Well, my mother sang. Before she met my dad, she was singing in the 50s. She lived in Chicago and New York. She was Miss Ace Records. And I'm not sure what Ace Records was. But she worked at the Shapery Club. Anyway, she came across people like Sammy Davis Jr., Nat King Cole. You know, I think she could have really been something. But then when she met my dad, you know, she became a mom. And it was just, I heard her music, but I didn't know that side of her life. And then I've got a sister, Eden Brent, who plays blues and writes her own songs and, you know, does standards too and all kind. But she's really proficient on the piano. And then I have another sister, Jessica, who plays the guitar. She's more country. And then we also sing together and do 3-part harmony. I hope I can bring them sometime, but, you know, everyone's got their own life.
So was there sibling rivalry growing up, or was it quite a melodious camaraderie between you?
Oh, I think we're very close. No, there's not any kind of rivalry at all.
And was music always the career path that you wanted to pursue? Or did you have other aspirations when you were younger?
Now, that's the one thing. My sister, Eden, probably got more attention as being... And she is way more talented than me. But my parents would push me towards, you should be an art teacher. You know, so... I kind of had to do this on my own without telling anybody because they were trying to push me in a different direction. But they just wanted me to be able to support myself because it's right now I'm not supporting myself with music. And so I understand they were doing it because they care about me.
Yeah. And in terms of sort of starting off in releasing your first album, Deep Black Water, you didn't have major label backing, so you don't have the press and promotion machine that goes with that. How hard was it for effectively a one-woman operation to get your music heard and out there?
I guess I was a little naive because I thought if I go and record an album and I have a full band, then I get a radio promoter. I just thought it was going to be a lot easier. So I would kid around after I released the album and I put it out on CD Baby. I said, you know, if an album drops in the forest, does it make a sound? If nobody's there to hear it. Because nothing happened. And so, but you just have to keep pushing. And so I think a long, slow push is a lot better than an overnight sensation.
Yeah.
And if I keep doing it, I think it'll grow, like an organic growth.
Well, in a way, it's very old school in how people used to tread the boards before getting the big break, or you played all the little clubs before you actually got that sort of like next level. Can you, in hindsight now, can you see where things stepped up a notch after the first album? Was there a tipping point that moved you on to the next stage?
Well, I would say when Bob Harris played one of my songs, that probably did more for me than anything.
Really?
I mean, I had heard of him, but I didn't realize how widespread his listening audience was. After that, I've had orders from all over the world. And I'm pretty sure it's from him, unless it was my radio promoter, and I really doubt that. He was from Pittsburgh.
So did that prompt your first visit to the UK? Was it sort of like, right, let's bite the bullet, let's go over there, come over to the UK and see how we go down? Well,
that first tour is when I was invited to do a Under the Apple Tree, and then I went to the BBC and did a little radio spot with him that first tour. So that's what got the ball rolling, really. Yeah. It all sort of happened at once.
And this current tour is very close to coming to an end. So plans for a new album for this year, you're saying?
Yes, right now I'm with Johnny Sangster, and we're doing some pre-production work. So I'm finishing up the songs. We're playing a couple of them live to see how that comes across. And then I'm going to go home, work on the stuff, and then we're supposed to be recording in May.
And then probably that will see you through the next couple of years, releasing that and then touring that record.
I hope so. I want to try to tour in the States too, and do it right this time, and then come do a tour here too.
Yeah. Well, one state in America is probably the size of the whole of the UK to play, so it's a big country.
It really is.
Well, it's lovely to see you back here at the Oyster Stores, and we look forward to seeing you at some point in the future at St Mary's Hall when we move to our new venue as well. But,
I can't wait.
Yeah, have a good one tonight.
Oh, thank you so much.